Alright gang, I'm using the Canon ELPH phone, not phone, the Canon camera. This is of course Rommel with the facsimile signature, head of the Afrika Korps. These are Hoffman cards. I collect these. They're pretty neat. One story I got years ago was that the German government produced these cards to promote them as heroes, like Americans would promote baseball heroes on baseball cards. So that kind of thing, and then so people know who's who. But there's Rommel before. How do I say? Okay, so after he was done with the Afrika Korps, he went to Normandy, the West Wall, and then tried to whack Hitler, which unfortunately failed. And then here's his successor, Crowell, C-R-O-W-E-L-L. A lot of folks aren't really that familiar with him, but he was Rommel's successor. And look at a couple caps here. This one's an Afrika Korps or tropical. This is the later war one, but this is a counterfeit. This is a copy. It's a really well done copy. The insignia is spot on. It's well stitched. The grommets are like the same. This one's pretty beat up. But like all the good counterfeits, they like to put a lot of insignia on there to fool you, like the stamp one there for like mailing, postal cancellation stamp. But it's a counterfeit. It's a nice one, but it's a counterfeit. And it's kind of like a tropical green. And then this one's an original. This one's really hammered. There's the ghost of the eagle on it. And I only had one person that didn't like that yellow truss on there, but it's the real deal. It's a real Afrika Korps cap. It's really beat to shit. And like with the originals, no stamps on the interior on this one, but definitely tons and tons of wear. And then here's another original. This one's looks like the insignia was hand sewn. Grommets, you can see the salt went into the grommets. This one's really hammered, and I really don't sell this kind of stuff. I like to just keep it, except for that one. I would sell that yellow stitched one because I already got this one. This one also original and no interior stamps anywhere, and these are like size 59s. And then here's something really interesting. I hope the focus shows up. This is a business card from Reinhard Heydrich, who was like Hitler's number 3 guy, a really dark soul. It's hard to get this thing to focus on it. I'll have to post it somewhere. But yeah, I'm not really getting it to focus. SS Obergruppen für und General der Polizei, Berlin in the corner. This is a large business card. I got this with a shoebox of iron crosses, those war merit crosses, all kinds of just oddball stuff years ago from a collector, and who knows where it came from there. Probably from a vet. Very, very rare. This is before he went to Czechoslovakia and was assassinated by partisans. A very, very rare card. Extremely rare. I really would doubt there's another one in existence. So, this guy was responsible for the deaths of thousands and thousands of people. And yeah, I better not say any more of what I think about him. A very dark soul. And here's the Africa tunic that belonged to Johann Muhr. Is that how you would pronounce it? And this one, when I Googled it, like I said on the other video before the film camera, LGK51 cut out, I found a Johann Muhr, M-U-H-R, on Google in Russia in 1944. So I'm wondering if it's the same guy. Reason is both were flak lieutenants, both were Luftwaffe, and yeah, who knows? Either that or it's just a very common name. I do not know. But there it is. This one's got the square pockets. You know, the other style has got the scalloped pockets. So I'd been looking for one of these for quite some time. I've got a pith helmet too. I got the early one. There's like 2 of them or maybe more. Real neat, real neat. But I wanted to post that thing on the Heydrich card. I thought that's a really bizarre piece to have. And you know, like years ago I bought like book collections from people, and I got all kinds of great World War II books that, to read about and study. If you want to collect militaria, you've really got to hit the shows and get the books and really study the stuff. You know, Facebook is really fun for military groups and all that, but truthfully, I get really tired of dealing with the little punks who just don't know shit. You know, they got like $100 collection, and all of a sudden they're an expert. You know, but whatever, who cares, right? But here's some other oddball stuff I just thought I'd share with my YouTube followers. That's Baron von Richthofen. And you know, I can't remember the name of the maker on those cards, but it's they're really a sought after card maker. But Richthofen's they're also sold as counterfeits, but that one's an original. There's a Bavarian, and there's a Prussian Spike. I have some ancestors that were Bavarian, like in the 1600s, so I just kind of had interest in keeping that stuff. And then there's some Totenkopfs. I think they call it Liebhussaren badges, and then there's another Bavarian there, and I suspect I have at least one counterfeit in there, but I've been collecting this stuff for decades, so you know that shit happens. But I wonder if I got a picture of the one general that wears that. I'll take a look here. So they're actually really neat. I was thinking about putting one on a motorcycle, like for the horn face, you know. But and there's a really beat up infantry cap that one of my pals sold me. There's your Bavarian, and that one is Russian. I don't know enough about Russian artifacts, but there's a German World War II Wehrmacht belt buckle and belt, and let's see. Boy, you really can't see him very well. Mackinson. If you go look him up, he wears that head Totenkopf on his cap. And I collect the World War I postcards, and love to get an MG34 or an MG42, a semi, or just a dummy. I really love these old color cards. That's a World War I U-boat. The color cards are really cool, especially with the correspondence on the back. And there's some I call them cigar boxes or cigarette boxes. I'm not really sure what they ever used them for. Maybe they were jewelry boxes. But the Hoffman cards are really cool. You know, they make knockoffs of all the Hoffman cards, so the ones with the silver sheen to it, they can't make a copy of that one. That's how you tell if they're original. And there's some U-boat stuff I got. They're kind of neat. Preen and Kretschmer. And I collect these Solido guys. They're kind of neat. I was a little kid playing in Paris, and I had a little Solido tank, and I still have it. It's all beat up to hell. And these are like lineal soldiers. They're pretty neat. And then that Das Rauchen im Seitengang ist verboten. Smoking in the railway car is forbidden. Yeah, my German's pretty amateur. Rotenführer, I believe that's the corporal. And there's a tag from a truck that blew up in the Eastern Front. And there's another tag for a vehicle, it looks like. And that stuff's just kind of neat, you know. And there's a Berlin Bear for a Porsche or whatever. And this one's kind of neat. This is a 250,000 mile badge for a Mercedes. Kind of a big deal if you have a car that lasted that long. But, yeah, so that's. And there's like a ton of. I've got a ton of Hoffman cards. I got another whole box. Yeah, I probably have at least 500, maybe 1,000 Hoffman cards I've collected over time. But you know, I used to get them when you could get them for nothing. You know, now they're like $100 a piece or whatever. And it's just really neat history. Really neat stuff. And then here's a case. I've been buying these shadow boxes. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Some Stars of David there. Pretty sad stuff, really. And sold book. There's some cuff titles. 101st Airborne from D-Day. Some more. Boy, that light is killing me. So there's a flak badge that could go with that Afrika Korps unit, but that's for a gray uniform. Paratrooper there. Wehrmacht. The Zyklon label. You know, to this day I'm just not even sure if that's genuine, but you know, it very well could be. I got it many years ago. The stars are 100%. You know, they make counterfeits of these stars, which is kind of weird, but you know, it's for me they're kind of sacred things. The stars are, that is. You know, it just represent people who really suffered immensely. Yeah, don't want to go beyond that and get somebody all pissed off at me, but you know, they got a place of reverence here. Let's see, I don't know if we can see that one. Let's see, I should have been more prepared. Okay. Here's a box of Panzer-related items. I just like anything artillery or Panzer or U-boat. I really like to collect the stuff that real combat soldiers used, you know. Versus some guy that sat behind a desk pushing a pencil. But, and there's a bunch of caps waiting to go on display somewhere. Anyway, gang, there it is. Yeah, just I'll pull out more stuff as I can display it and show it to you. I have a whole bunch of American stuff, A2s and B3s and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of bitchin' cool. So anyway, I'm waiting to get a SD card for the LG K51 phone and see how that goes. Yeah, the postcards are just really neat to collect. You know, it's Manstein. There's your donuts. Paulus. And interesting stuff to collect. It really is. And then now Wikipedia has all their bios on there, and so you can if you find the card, you can go look them up. But the little Solitos, these used to be like really inexpensive when I was a kid. Now they're like 30 to 100 bucks a piece. Anyway, gang, I thought I'd show you that Hydric card. It's kind of that's a super rare item. Pretty scary. It is what it is. Piece of history. Destroying it doesn't make history go away. So we will catch you on the next YouTube. Not sure what I'll do. I don't have a foster dog to promote, and yeah, maybe we'll look at some helmets next time. But the lineal, I can't pronounce that word. They're really neat. They're really neat little. I guess the kids used to play with them or collect them back in the day. And then the other ones here, the biker guys. Those are Britton's is the name of the toy maker. Those are not lineal. But they're really cool. But anyway, gang, hope you have an interest in the stuff. It's history. You can't delete it. It's always going to be there. So we'll catch you on the next YouTube, gang. See you next time.